Okay, so just to introduce myself, this is Mahesh. I got around 11 plus years of experience with SaaS tools. It can be SaaS based, SaaS BA, SaaS platform administration, visual analytics, Dataflux DFPower Studio. Okay, I worked with the different domains. I started my career with retail, banking, currently with healthcare. Okay. Regarding this Dataflux, I got around 3 plus years of exposure to that. What about you, Sampath and Kumar?
Yeah, this Kumar. I'm into totally 9 plus years of experience into SaaS environment. SaaS BA, I'm having a 3 plus years of experience. And Sampath is also same as it is. He started his career in the clinical domain and he came into health domain. And right now he's working in admin activities.
Oh,
We are
okay.
both are working at the same company.
Okay.
Yeah, we both are get together 9 plus years of experience in the SaaS environment.
Yeah, okay, cool. Good to hear that. So regarding Dataflux DFPower Studio, okay, it is a Dataflux tool. Okay, we got not only this one, so you got Dataflux MDM, metadata, sorry, master data management. You got a lot of tools with Dataflux. Okay, previous to this acquisition, okay, or merger, you can say, for SaaS Institute with Dataflux, they used to be two different entities. Right now, they are with the same names, but slowly they are converting to SaaS names now. So you got a SaaS Dataflux Federation Server. So earlier we used to have it as Dataflux Federation Server. So a lot of tools they are migrating from Dataflux to SaaS environment right now. SaaS Institute. Still it is mixed, but the names are not changed yet.
Okay.
But the tool that takes care of data quality in Dataflux environment is Dataflux DFPower Studio. So Dataflux DFPower Studio is just a tool that takes care of data quality management, okay, which includes analysis, which includes profiling, takes care of quality, and also different ways of improving in terms of alerting or auditing. So whenever you get some missing values, whenever you get some invalid values, so they should be alerted to the user, alerted to the developer, for example, so that they can take some remediation tasks, reconciliation tasks. That is completely taken care by Dataflux DFPower Studio. So before we go with that, what do you know about Dataflux DFPower Studio? Any idea? So
Mahesh, we are not having any idea on this tool because we recently heard in
okay,
2012 and then we didn't went to this tool, but right now we are having a one pipeline into the current organization.
okay,
So they are looking for this tool. So just we want to make an
okay.
get a knowledge at
Yep,
least.
I
If
understand.
required, if required, then we can move into that project.
Okay. So the installation is also not done on your machines, correct?
We are not aware of that exactly.
Oh, okay. No problem. So Dataflux DF4 Studio takes care of end-to-end data quality in any organization. Say it can be taken care by Dataflux developers, okay, or it can be taken care by data stewards, okay, whom you call it as data experts, SMEs, subject matter experts. Okay, we call it with different names in different domains.
Yes.
Okay. So what is this Dataflux DF4 Studio and what does it take care of? That's what we are going to see.
Yeah.
So Dataflux products offers okay, data quality and data integration platform. It not only takes care of data quality, okay, for exploring the data quality, you need to pull data from different sources.
Yes.
Say it can be Teradata platform or Oracle platform or okay, whatever it is, whatever be the data warehouse, database you got. Okay, so Dataflux itself takes care of integrating the data. You got data integration studio, right? So it resembles the same way. It can pull the data from heterogeneous sources, starting from external file, ending with mainframes.
Okay.
Okay, so DataFlux technology can help your entire organization understand and improve quality of data. Okay, how are you going to improve the quality? Okay, we'll see that in different phases. Okay, we'll see that in our next slide. So there are different methodologies for taking care of specific activities. Okay, through a single platform, you can inspect, correct, integrate, enhance, and control. These all these terms: inspection, correction, integration, enhance, and control. They got some keywords, okay, which we call it as enrichment, call it as improvement, which we call it as cleansing. Okay. We got different terms which actually take care of these activities, which come under data quality methodology. Dataflux DFPower Studio takes care of complete methodology implementation. From graphical user interface to code level. Okay, the reason, okay, why organizations are moving towards Dataflux, so you need to write lines and lines of code in order to implement the same stuff, and it is difficult to maintain. So whereas the same thing can be taken care, okay, within few minutes with graphical user interfaces as outputs. So even data stewards or subject matter experts can do them themselves. So they don't have to depend on developer. They don't have to depend on SaaS developers or SaaS BA developers to get this fixed or to get the information what they need. For example, they need distinct country codes are there in customer country column in a table. So some are using different notation, like it is actually given as 4-character column. So some are using 2-letter coding, 3-letter coding, and 4-letter coding.
Okay.
So the users who are the data which is already there in the table with 2-letter coding is 90%, 3-letter coding is 5%, and 4-letter coding is 5%.
Okay.
So obviously when you try to apply data quality techniques, so it shows you, that is called data profiling. So you are viewing the data so that if there is any inconsistency, discrepancy in the data, so you will get 90% for this, 5% for 3-character countries, 4-character countries also 5%. So is there any remediation to that? So on seeing this, okay, you can judge that there is some inconsistency in the table.
Yes.
So accordingly you can change the quality of the data in source systems, or you can go ahead with creation of new tables. That is again altogether a different task. So till here we call it as profiling. So we are analyzing the data and we are finding some issues. That is called data profiling.
Okay.
In the profiling you got two terms: data profiling, metadata profiling.
Okay.
You'll see the difference between data profiling and metadata profiling little later.
Okay.
Okay, once you are done with profiling part, it is your task to remediate the data. That is, change the data in source systems so that they accommodate only 2-character countries.
Okay.
Okay, that is, you can write jobs in Dataflux DFPower Studio to convert the 3-letter countries to 2-character countries. The same way 4 to 2. So once you are done with this, okay, you are pretty much not sure that the incremental data will not be with 3 characters or 4 characters. Incremental data can come with 3 or 4 characters again.
Yes, we are not sure on that.
Yeah, we are not sure on that. Again, we need to keep repeating this task. That is one way which we are not interested to do each and every time. Why don't you restrict that at the source level?
Okay.
That comes under improvement part or control part.
Okay.
So the things we can suggest to the stewards or the upstream systems who are actually providing the data, they can restrict their column length to 2 so that no user can add 3-letter countries in the column. That is one way of permanent solution which we can suggest.
Yes.
Or you can schedule this job to run every Monday. If your incremental data is scheduled to push the data to data warehouse system every Monday. So after the data is loaded to the data warehouse, you trigger this job for remediation again.
Yeah. But this is a temporary solution.
Yeah.
Every day, weekly once we need to schedule the job.
Yeah,
For
weekly ones
purify.
or daily ones. Okay, it is up to your incremental frequency, refresh frequency of your data warehouse.
Okay, fine.
Okay, if you are loading the data from OLTP systems to data warehousing systems daily, then your DataFlux job should run daily, or at least consolidating the data weekly. You can go with them. It depends on organization standards again. So if your quality is not that important, if you are not dealing with a bank, if you are dealing with some what is a healthcare industry, so which data is not that critical when compared to bank, then they go with weekly runs for DataFlux jobs.
Yeah, for the bank it's required every 15 seconds, like that they'll do the
Correct.
how the bank, how they will perform this OLTP OLAP, how they will transfer the data from OLTP OLAP, I mean data warehouse.
You are asking me or you are telling?
No, just I'm asking, in banking sector, how will they perform the transformation of the data from source to data warehouse? I mean, just what is the timer they will do?
Timer, it depends, right? It depends on organization again. So if you go with HDFC Bank, they got demons.
Okay.
Every minute they are loading the data to OLAP systems. That's how it happens.
Okay.
Because SAS data warehouse is being used as a OLTP reporting tool over there.
Okay.
That is the reason OLTP systems are almost in sync with OLAP systems.
Okay.
If you go with some other banks like Axis Bank or SBA, where they don't maintain in sync. They just load the data weekly, monthly, as per the needs.
Okay. Okay.
So the DataFlux solutions are designed for anyone in your organization who is tasked with addressing and correcting the problematic data. Just now we saw an example of problematic data. Customer countries being shown with different coding. There is one problematic data. This can be a requirement to DataFlux developer, or it can be done by data stewards till profiling. But for quality maintenance and for remediation, for improvement, again, it will be in the plate of developers only.
Okay.
So this is how DataFlux DFPower Studio looks like. It's a data quality and data integration console which can take care of pulling the data from heterogeneous sources. More or less, it does data integration studio, SAS data integration studio tasks. Okay, like merging the table or applying a join. Okay, basic tasks are present in this DataFlux DFPower Studio also, because you need to check whether there are any duplicate records between the two tables. Then you should have some transformation, right? So that transformation is also there in DFPower Studio. That is your merge transformation. So that kind of transformations are also there in DFPower Studio. That is the reason we call it as data quality as well as integration tool.
Data.
Okay. So DFPower Studio offers a unique set of workflow tools built on industry leading complete junk, okay, which we don't need. So the intuitive interface gives both business and IT users more powerful data management capabilities. Okay, so we are looking at how to maintain data and how to maintain data quality. So maintaining data, that comes under master data management, which we are not worried about right now. We need complete control over data quality and governance. You got separate tools for data governance. DataFlux governance tools are there. So we are primarily focused on data quality, which is taken care by DataFlux DFPower Studio.
Okay. So the tools required for the data governance resides in the DataFlux, or it's in separate tool in the market?
Which one? Data governance?
Yeah.
No, DFPower Studio, it takes care of only data quality.
Quality. Okay.
Maintaining the data or governing the data is taken care by different DataFlux tools.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah, DataFlux MDM, Master Data Management. That is one tool separately.
Okay.
Yeah. So what does this Dataflux DFPower Studio do for you? Okay, it is involved in discovering and addressing problematic data. It can merge
Customer.
some tables, customer or product or sales, okay, as well as other enterprise data, and also they can look for duplicate data. Okay, we are supposed to dedupe the data before you provide a quality data to the user. Okay, so we'll check different sources. For example, you got products table. Product table is there, okay, which is actually a kind of similar table which we got with some other departments in the same wing. So you can compare those products table with other tables before you load the data to data warehouse using this DFPower Studio, and it can verify and complete address information. So if your address is not completely filled, you got only zip codes, address is not populated, city column is not populated, state column is not populated, country column is not populated. Based on the zip codes, you can populate these columns. City, based on the zip codes, you can populate CSZ. City, state, zip column is already there, so we don't have to worry about that. Country column can also be populated. So this is auto-filling of some information which is not there based on the some information which we got in our tables.
Okay.
So, and you can verify the same. For example, if a particular customer is there, customer name and some street address and house number is matching. House number is matching, but in some other record, customer name is there, but house number is not matching, but CSZs, city, state, country codes, they are matching with the street number, for example, street number. So you can assume that these two are deduplicated records, duplicated records. I'll tell you a simple example here. Okay, one of my friend, okay, he got a HDFC bank account in Bangalore. Okay, he got some account number and he got some net banking user ID and password. So he resigned the job over there and he came back to Hyderabad, and here also his salary account is opened as HDFC. He didn't actually reveal the HDFC account which was there in Bangalore. He created his own account here. So when he logged in with net banking user ID and password, he is surprised to see that both the accounts are linked. Whatever be the address proof he gave, whatever be the details he gave, doesn't match with the details which are present in Bangalore. How did bank come to know? They both belong to same user. Maybe due to PAN number, that is one way. PAN number is pretty much straightforward answer. Okay, yes. So which is unique. Yes. And the secondary things can be first name, last name. Correct?
And data is the second, third.
Correct. So based on this criteria, you can just say that these are duplicated records which we got in our bank. So why don't you club them in a same net banking? That is actually taken care by Dataflux DFPower Studio in the backend, and it is proposed to the end users, proposed to the data stewards. So these are duplicated values we found. So they can be clubbed. So they can, on analyzing the data, they will not blindly believe Dataflux DFPower Studio results also. They will analyze, okay, and they will send it to corresponding teams to club both the accounts and show it in a same net banking account. Clear?
Okay.
Transform and stand. Yes.
One question, Mahesh here. Like whenever we apply for a net banking, they will ask for user IDs. Am I right?
User ID.
Provide an user IDs. So whatever the account you opened in Bangalore and in Hyderabad, the user IDs will not match.
User IDs in the sense account ID, or you mean to say, or net banking ID?
Net banking user ID. I'm asking. Net banking user ID.
So it actually depends on organization. If you go with Standard Chartered Bank, they will give flexibility to give your own net banking ID, but HDFC will not do that. Okay, HDFC will generate user IDs of its own and provides it to the user.
Okay. Even though in Standard Chartered, if X user ID is existed and if I requested for the same X, they will not provide us. Am I right?
That's right.
Okay. Okay, fine. I got your point. Now it's clear, Mahesh, for me.
Okay. I guess your question is not related to the concept which we covered here. It is different one, right?
It is not related to this.
Okay, okay.
Generally, I'm asking.
Yeah, I am
Generally,
linking
I'm
that
asking.
to this topic actually. Okay.
No, Mahesh. I just have a doubt. That's why.
Okay. Fine. And DFPower Studio can transform and standardize a variety of data types. Okay, what is this transformation and standardization? Okay, while we discuss SAS Data Integration Studio, we define it as ETL tool which extracts, transforms, and loads the data to data warehouse. But we do a very rare amount of transformation in DI Studio. Most of the transformation is done using DFPower Studio only. Transformation can be standardized ones. Okay, as I told you, you got a company name as a column. Some companies they are using CORP, that is corporation. CORP only that 4 characters are used. For example, DataFlux Corporation. Some companies, some records are with DataFlux. Some records are with DataFlux Organization Corporation Limited. So they got full names. So all these entities are, all these values are same. Why don't you standardize them and put a single value for all these similar kind of values? That is called standardization. You are transforming the data to follow a certain standard. That is your standardization, which is taken care by DFPower Studio again. And monitor data for compliance in batch or real time. So this comes under control. So once you are done with remediation tasks, it is not just a one-time activity. Okay, it should be a repetitive task. So you can schedule it in batch mode to run at some so and so point of time, every week, every month, every quarter, like that, or you can restrict the data to come that way in our upstream systems. So you got something called QKB, Quality Knowledge Base. What does this do? So whatever be the standards we are talking, they should be located somewhere. That somewhere is nothing but knowledge base. Quality knowledge base is a collection of files that store data as well as logic that define data quality operations. So whatever be the standards I am talking. And also you got a beautiful feature called gender analysis. So based on seeing the name, DataFlux got a intelligence. It is a male or female. So how can it say? It actually looks up the values in the quality knowledge base and gives you the value as female or male record. DataFlux products reference QKB when performing data management operations on your data. Okay. So we'll discuss about QKB, different data types and different data definitions. Okay, once we start our core session. Just give me a moment, it got a hang. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, now we are able to see.
Okay. So this is the data quality methodology, okay, which I am telling you so far. So you got
Yes.
three Three steps on the whole: analyze, improve, and control. So analyzing deals with profiling. You fetch the problematic areas and then you remediate them using improve option, improve methodology, in which you contain you got quality, integration, which includes deduplicating from different sources, and also enrichment of data. Okay, you enhance the data, like you got zip codes and you can enrich the data using city, state, country details in the table. So if you got one particular value, based on that value you can populate some few fields. That is called enrichment. That is part of improvement methodology. So once the data is remediated and improved, the upcoming activities, whether you are going to do the same task, okay, as a batch mode, then that comes under control, which deals with monitoring. Monitoring involves two types: auditing and alerting. Whenever some missing value arises for a particular column, in the table, an email should be triggered. That is one way of alerting. The second way is auditing. There are some scheduled jobs which audit the tables based on some frequencies and alert us. That comes under monitoring. So we are going to discuss profiling, quality, integration, enrichment, and monitoring as a part of DataFlux DFPower Studio. Okay. Let me show you the DataFlux DFPower Studio. So there are different applications inside DFPower Studio. You got DFPower Explorer, DFPower Architect. So this is the quality knowledge base which I am talking about earlier. This holds the entire definitions, entire quality techniques, entire transformation techniques. Okay, everything is stored in this base, knowledge base. And different sources are shown with repositories here. Okay, Dataflux sample. If you look at Dataflux sample, you got the sample records, okay, which I will be providing you. So let me show you a simple example of how to get customer gender based on customer name. How intelligent is this DFPower Studio using this quality knowledge base in order to judge whether a particular customer is female or male. The same way can be address related also. Deduplication happens and integration happens. If you want to integrate data, you can just go with tools. You got architect profile. Just click on architect. Architect is the one that creates jobs. It takes care of integration and then maintaining the quality. So it looks pretty much similar to DA Studio. If you see, you got data inputs, just pull the data source, drag and drop the data source and link it source to this table, to this object. Just go to the properties, name your source, and what is the input table. Just click on this ellipsis. You got DataFlux sample. The input table over here is contacts for me, so I selected that. You want to see the data, just click on view. You can see the data. So this is your sample data. You got ID, company, contact. Contact is the name of the customer, you can say. So based on this, I am planning to get the gender information. That's what my objective is right now. This is my data. I have to link that contact. So I selected contacts table, then click on OK. So what columns are needed? You need contact column. So select only that. If you want other columns also, you can just select it. It's not an issue. Then click on OK. Now I am expecting gender analysis. So it is quality. So just drag and drop this gender analysis and link this transformations. And you need a target for this. You go to data outputs. You just select one data, target insert or update, whatever, and link it. So where are you planning to store this table? Go to properties again on right clicking. You just name your DataFlux sample. select the repository, click on new for adding your target table. Okay. I'm not able to type. So you can even use ODBC connections to route it to external databases.
Okay.
That's fine, but I am trying to. What is happening?
Can you check your keypad as logged?
How to check whether keypad is locked or not? Okay, so in the output table, just select the repository and click on new for adding your new table.
Yes.
So if you want to override the existing table, you can just select contacts again.
Yeah.
Generally, we don't do that, okay, as a part of quality. Then click on OK. So you got this gender analysis. Just double click on that. So you got contact, select that, then click on move it to right side. So what is the definition you are planning to? Just select the name over here, and what are the outputs? So output column name is this one. So this is the source column name, and this is the output column name. If you want to customize that name, you can very well do that. And I want to add additional outputs also. Just click on additional outputs. Along with customer gender, I want contact. Then click on OK. Click on OK again. Now, if you run the job, how to run this? Just go to job. You got run option. Okay, something is wrong here. Step engine error during run check. Okay. So you have to select both the columns here.
Okay.
So it is running the information now. The job is successful. If you right click on this and go to preview the data, you will have two columns, one with customer name, one with corresponding gender, which is the data that is given from quality knowledge base. And you can just verify this with the, if you have some unknown values, okay, which is not there in our quality knowledge base, they are shown with unknown values here, like you. You can just verify the same with customer gender field in our table. You are just checking the quality with the existing table data. So you will get some discrepancies. This is how you do some gender analysis. The same way you got a lot of analysis. Okay, on seeing the name you have to judge whether it is an individual or a company name. For that you go with identification analysis.
Okay.
Okay, so there are different type of, yes.
Then how we can filter out which are not equal to male and female?
Yeah, you got some other transformations.
Oh,
Like data validation transformation is there, right, in our DA Studio. The same
yes.
thing over there here also. Utilities. You'll have,
Okay. In these expressions, we need to.
yeah, using the same data validation transformation, we filter out the records there, right?
Okay.
The same way you can use integration. So you got data validation, just drag and drop that. Input this to this one is this one. And here you can mention some filter conditions. It is a single field, or what is the field? Contact or customer gender. That's what you are expecting. Equal to, not equal to, equal to you, for example. Equal to you. Add condition. So it shows that customer gender equal to you. Then route them. Where should it be routed? Either it can be routed to a table or it can be routed to a external file. If you want to route it to a table again, just drag and drop the table. Link this transformation to the table. And mention the table name over here as we mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Now you can run this job alone. So you'll have only unknown records over here. Just preview the data. You got only use. Okay. So you got a lot of techniques like this. Whereas architect takes care of only this. What do you say? Quality. It takes care of only this particular portion. Improvement. For profiling, you got one more tool. That is your data tools profile. You got configurator, data profile configurator. Okay, so you want to analyze the data, for example. So just go to that sample table, then select all the columns here. Select the columns here, and you want to see phone number. Okay, the pattern of phone numbers, for example. Just right click on the phone number. You got override matrix. Just go to that. You want pattern frequency distribution. So you got n number of profiling methods. Okay, select the one what you need. Then click on OK. Then if you try to run the job using this run job option, job must be saved before you process. Yes, save the job. Run the job now itself. So you are doing it on phone number. The pattern of the phone numbers are shown. So if you go to frequency distribution, it doesn't highlight the pattern. We selected pattern only, so the pattern of phone numbers are shown here. So this is the format. The count is 69. Okay, these are different patterns available. So you see this one. Based on these patterns, we can say that the data is inconsistent. This comes under profiling part. You are checking the inconsistencies and changing the data. That comes under this one, improvement part. Okay, that is done by DFPower architect. We will be seeing in detail how to use profiling, how to use architect, and how to use control methodologies. Clear? Any questions before we wind up?
No, Mahesh, just then you are dealing with an MDM also?
No, I don't deal with MDM.
You are not dealing with MDM, only DataFlux.
Yes.